Okay, we're recording. All right, we're recording. That was fast. It came up fast. Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour, ni joganidug. Dinamaganidug. Good afternoon. It's me, Corey the Coyote Whitford. It's January the 8th, 2021. It's a Friday, Omano. Gumwega minogijigak. Nanogijigak. Awajingija. Ganda papa mose. Kaji papa menoaza na mwaneng mango etijim mosehan misie. Even walked as far as almost a half a kilometer today. So really good exercise this morning. If you're just joining us on the program, bonjour, miigwech, thank you. You're watching Moxon Trail News Live and our noon hour program, Circle Talks. Circle Talks. It's where we talk about our latest activities and with our co-keepers and with our elders as well, and our leaders too. What we'd like to do here this afternoon is we haven't read the morning brief as of this morning. News from all over across Canada. We have that lined up for you as well. We have circles, a segment on circles coming up. We're just waiting for that right now. And we wanted to air the video for you about the circles, the 7 circles: nation and economic development, lifelong learning, children, families, and nation. Me, and that one. Care and protection of the natural world, following on the heels of the interview this morning with Mr. Sean Girk. Care and protection of the natural world, co-keeper, as well. A man who knows a lot about GPS. Want to welcome you if you're just tuning in. Darlene Gagin Gay, thank you. Welcome to the program. I'll be your host today, Corey Whitford. We're running the program, the noon hour program, which is Circle Talks, and it's where we have interviews with our leadership, our co-keepers, our elders, and interviews in general. So today, want to welcome you. Bonjour, welcome. MogsandTrailNewsLive.com, and I want to welcome you to Treaty 2 territory on Central Turtle Island. Our voice, our time. The Chippewa and the Cree of the territory made Treaty number 2 on 1871 in August at Manitoba House. Rupert's Land, representatives from Rupert's Land and representatives of the Queen of England and Ireland, they were there in the making of the treaty at the Government House where Leeson is from. And in saying so, the original Chippewa who were to the original Chippewa who were present constitute Treaty Number 2 with Anishinaabe Agowitiwinin Secretariat today. A little bit of history. Good afternoon, Bonnie. Nice to see you. Welcome to the program. We're talking about the circles, the 7 circles, and all the keepers that are associated with each one of those circles. We have 7 of them, and we had an interview this morning with Mr. Sean Girk, who works as one of the co-keepers as well, or part of that circle, in the care and protection of the natural world. And they work with the regional offices and the local nation helpers. They call them the Shkabeg. And what they do is they manage and they protect the land, water, and resources in the territory. So we had our first interview this morning. It's now noon hour. We're adjusting to our profile. What we're planning to do here is run straight interviews starting all next week, interview after interview, gathering, getting information from the day before treaty, the day of treaty, and the day after treaty. So we've got the script, and we've got the transcript now. The file is up and running. We've got a teleprompter ready to go. We've got all of the poster boards so we can educate and show how all of this comes together. What I wanted to share, though, as I was reading one of our poster boards, was this, Bonnie. Our administration falls under the Anishinaabe Agawitiwinin Secretariat. That administration is operations, communications, corporations, finance and policy, and our administration office, our administration in general. We have separated the political and administration arm of the government, the nation, and Treaty 2 territory by establishing an Anishinaabe Agawitiwinin Secretariat Incorporated. Good to know. I wasn't aware of that. And so I'm reading direct from the poster board to educate and to train the audience so that we all know which direction we're heading in and what trajectory and what path exactly we're going to be on. Well, right now I can tell you our main government office is in Lake Manitoba on Treaty 2 territory, Central Turtle Island. Our regional office, one of them, is in Pinemutang at the Conference Center on Business Road. And then our other regional office is in Dauphin at 19 Memorial Boulevard, Treaty 2 territory. That's right in Dauphin, right across from the community inn, right next to the Dauphin Inn Express. They call that one the Lifelong Learning Lodge. And today they've abbreviated it. And Mr. Alan Sutherland will talk a little bit about that. They now call it the Lodge. Nachay, when that it's easier to understand when you say, let's go to the lodge, let's go and learn. And what is the Lodge Circle all about? Well, they support local nations in restoring jurisdiction over education as a lifelong learning treaty promise. That's the type of work we'll be carrying out in the year 2021, starting as early as next week. In fact, we have boots on the ground right now, organizing a strategy for interviews and a budget to compensate or to a per diem or an honorarium. We're not sure which way we're going to be paying the guests that appear on this program and all of our other 17 programs per week. If you've just tuned in, bonjour, Gagin, Jason, welcome all the way from Brandon, Manitoba. Nice to have you in the house, Jason. It's been a while since I've seen you last time. All of the nations that we're advocating for, we're working with, we're networking with, we're partnering with, we're accommodating in every single way and asking for your support in return are the following. The First Nations and Treaty 2 territory government and local nations are Dauphin River, good afternoon, Ebb and Flow, Gamblers, Kisikuinen, Lake Manitoba, Lake St. Martin, Little Saskatchewan, Ochechakosipi, Penemutang, Skownan, Tutanawazibing, and I believe I'm missing one or two more there, but as far as I know, that's it right there. The First Nations and Treaty 2 territory government, right there, and all of the nations. Our voice, our time, Jibigate. Our treaty Our Treaty 2 territory is a very densely populated area, and we have a lot of different interests to consider when we're embarking this year, and when we're doing all of our research in all of the local nations and having Shkabeg handpicked and tasked with the job of finding elders who have history, oral history, and to have them record them, to record Ugita Dizika, where elders before that knowledge is lost. That's what we're doing right now. We're setting up those interviews, and it's going to be those interviews will take place in the comfort of the elder's home, right next to the elder. We'll probably put up a tripod, and then we have a GoPro camera. And what we're going to be doing with this GoPro camera is we're going to be sending it into the house. Of course, respecting all the COVID measures too, and then setting up a tripod. And then we're going to say, look, this is we're going to send instructions and say, all you got to do is just press this red button here, and then point, and then put it on the tripod. Take a look at the screen, and then point the button again so that the light turns green, and then read the paper and answer the questions. I'm thinking that's how we're going to do it. We don't want to oversimplify it, but we want to let people know that we have GoPros available. I think we have two or three now on the go. And what we're going to do is interview the elder in the comfort of their own home. So they don't have to start exactly at a set time. Like, let's say at 12 o'clock today, we had to come onto the air and do our program right at 12 o'clock because that's how it's designed. But for the interviews, my friends, my relatives, we're going to methodically approach that thing slowly in our own time. So let's say one of the elders wakes up in the morning and says, today's the day I'm going to do that interview. I'm going to talk about it. The question I'm going to pray first. I'm going to do a ceremony first. I'm going to smudge. And then I'm going to do this in ceremony. I'm going to eat and I'm going to do all my things to make me feel comfortable. And so you do everything you need to do first to methodically get ready for this interview. You don't have to set it up at 12 o'clock on a certain day. You basically press the green button and record when you feel most comfortable. If it's early in the morning or afternoon after you've finished all the errands for the day, chopping wood or hauling. It's available now and we're making use of it. And we need your support too to help us in this drive, in this massive undertaking of creating legislation on behalf of the First Nations and Treaty 2 territory government. So, excuse me. I need a little bit of this. Okay, where was I? Yes, where we have GoPro cameras that we're going to be using and compensating people. I don't know if it's going to be $100 or $125 or $150. I'm just ballparking here. I'm just guessing this out. Our regional offices, as I was saying, reading that poster board. Our government building is in Dauphin. It's at 38 Second Street, Second Avenue Northeast in Dauphin, Treaty 2 territory, so in Central Turtle Island. You know, where we're hearing about Central Turtle Island, and you'll hear a lot about it right here. And the way I interpret Central Turtle Island is like this. Did you know that to the left and to the right of us, all provinces and all the nations, to the right and to the left and to the east and the west, um, we are right in the center, in here in Treaty 2 territory, right in the center, right in the heart of Turtle Island. And I've heard it said before in some of the conversations I've had, and people have acknowledged that. They say, Corey, Winnipeg, especially Brandon, Dauphin, that area, all this territory, even as far up north as the Paw, and all the communities, Flin Flon, Snow Lake, Thompson, Kine, the entire province, the area we're in, they've often referred to us as the cultural cradle of Canada. And the reason why they would say that is because we have a lot of culture here, cultural practices. We have a high level of fluency, with the exception of some of our nations, who some are a complete anomaly. The Gawin Anishinaabe was Siok, some of our communities, very little fluency in some of the nations that are within our Treaty 2 territory. But the point there is this: we're in the cultural cradle of Canada. We have the highest fluency across Canada. We have exceptional art. We have exceptional traditions here that are still being practiced in the south, in the Interlake, and up north. There's still hunting, fishing, trapping, and gathering taking place extensively here in this territory that we come from. But before our generations, our baby boomers, our Generation Xers, people born in 71 and before that, and then our millennial generation. It's up to us, is what I'm saying. We have to use what we have right now and apply all of that effort to retrieving and saving and cataloging all of that oral history. It's possible now to record all of that, Kusha, and to use it in a way that's respectful. Manachi tiwin, one of the seven teachings imanga tawa awajitomin. So the gist of the program here today is to let you know we have offices. We have one more office we wanted to tell you about, and I went and took a look at it. Corey took a look. Headingley, Manitoba, at 195-300 Alpine Way, Swan Lake, in Treaty One territory. Beautiful building. We know sky, brand new, and a very beautiful boardroom. Oh, I can see a lot of interviews taking place from there too. If there's ever a time where we have to meet at that office, me ma heading Lee, we talked to Alan Sutherland and Renee McGurry. Ke kata ko kanuna nan. Mi ma anis we know what that's where they're at, and one. It's so uplifting to know that we have so many offices already and so many resources to undertake this project. This not so much a project, but this way of life that where we get to speak for ourselves, advocate for ourselves, and write our own laws for ourselves based on our the teachings of our ancestors, and through the language we'll accomplish that in a good way and with happiness, plenty of it. All right, well, that's me yet. Ako kagin onde kituan and peacekeepers too. Yes, Alana. Ke me kitewe. Ke it me with Charlene. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. I want to thank all of you for tuning in once again. Was going to read from CBC News website, but I'm sure you could read from the CBC News site today. What I really wanted to do is start getting ready for the big push starting on Monday, where we have interviews back to back and where we're constantly updating you on a lot of the work we're taking place. So get ready. We're on this. We're all in this together. I know you've heard that somewhere once or twice before, and now it's our turn. It's our voice. It's our time. That's a good note right there. Kichimi which is it a shake? Thank you. Ni choga ni dog. Hindi na yama ni dog. Minog wab migo. Oh, see you at 3 p.m. with our interview and with Miss Karen Kijik at 3 p.m. Talking about her inherent right, how she practices and continues to practice her inherent right to hunt, fish, trap, and gather traditional food, and how she maintains her inherent right by exercising it. She's going to talk a little bit more about that entire experience when she went ice fishing, and possibly more beyond that too. Okay, this has been a really good afternoon, really good start to the afternoon. Miigwa chekinao ya. Thank you and stay safe. Mino pia nisuete be ganis jese kiga ega nagishkunama. Oh, miigwech.